Another crucial round of the Naga Peace Talks is slated to begin from tomorrow. NSCN-IM General Secretary Thuingaleng Muivah will attend the peace talks in person, and that's what makes it all the more crucial. Apart from Muivah, a 7-member delegation of the NSCN-IM collective leadership, including 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘, 𝗡𝗢𝗡, Kraibo Chawang, Hutovi Chishi, Dr. Kimong Lowang, Zeneituo Pienyu, Mozamo Ngullie will also attend the talks. The timing of tomorrow's talks is yet to be decided. So what can we expect from this round of talks? While the separate flag and constitution issue remain the two main components that are probably stalling the inking of the final pact, sources say that there are several other issues that may require attention of the negotiators. Ahead of the resumption of the fresh round of talks, the NSCN-IM had made it clear that there can be no ambiguity about the separate flag and constitution being constituent parts for our final solution. Well, we spoke to some observers earlier this evening who have been closely following the Naga issue on their views on this fresh round of talks. Now, Naga Ho General Secretary 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘 Dang feels that a breakthrough can be achieved this time if the government of India takes the aspirations of the Naga people seriously, and Dang feels that for any settlement to be arrived at, the government of India has to look beyond granting autonomy. Listen in.
You see, one must remember that the Naga political movement is not for autonomy. I think we have to be clear on this. And therefore, if any settlement agreement has to be arrived at, then I think government of India should move beyond looking at the Naga issue in terms of granting autonomy. And therefore, if this time, if at all, government of India is serious enough to settle or resolve the issue, then I think the government of India must take seriously into account the aspiration of the Naga people. Yes, we cannot deny that the Naga people have been anticipating early settlement. But I think it keeps on dragging on because of not being able to address the core issue. And that is the core issue, is the aspiration of the people. And so as long as we look at the Naga political issue in terms of autonomy, I don't think there is going to be a settlement.
And the fresh round of talks gives new hope, feels Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, Professor Nehu, who has also been closely following the Naga issue.
It's a kind of a new hope, and it is expected that there can be some breakthrough this time, primarily because there has been a lot of internal parleys that have gone in these days, and it seems to be a penultimate round of talk. And once again, I'm sure that it won't get stuck into the knotty issues like having the constitution and also integration of Naga inhabited areas. So these are two very, very knotty issues. As far as constitution is concerned, it's possible to grant a larger autonomy going by the framework agreement that was agreed upon back in June 2015. As far as integration is concerned, there comes a little catch, but that also can be sorted out by allowing a kind of an institutional autonomy, which doesn't curtail the power of the existing states. So therefore, I think there is a broad agreement for establishing a kind of an institutional autonomy, a kind of a political institutional autonomy with flexible financial and other kinds of power, administrative powers. So powers are all well defined, and therefore it won't have a problem of jurisdiction. The jurisdiction is not territorial, but jurisdiction is in terms of people who are covered under it. So if territorial jurisdiction is not being pressed upon at this point of time, it is possible to devolve powers. And these powers, as it is devolved and as it is agreed upon in 2015 framework agreement, along with a separate flag and a kind of a constitutional chapter, which can be deemed as a separate constitution, I think on that basis, the pending issues can be resolved. And talks have progressed quite a bit. and there is an agreement from both the sides. So I'm hopeful, Navarun, that this time there will be a breakthrough, and I'm really hopeful and positive about it at this point of time.